Pop-Tarts are one of those things. People either love Pop-Tarts or hate them. And the people that love them either like them warmed up in a toaster slash like whatever way or hate them warmed up. And it's like the funniest thing to me. It's just so weird. But yeah, yeah. See, some people warm up, some people don't. But like you either love them or hate them, and then you either love them warmed up or you hate them warmed up. And it's just like there's like nobody's like, oh, I like these ones warmed up and these ones not warmed up. They either love it or hate it. It doesn't matter. But so typical burn start, we get a bolt in the noodle of John from a suspended bolt. There is a goblin guide attack. I'm on the wrong life total. That's why John's life total did not go down. Hits a bring the light. John, for being someone on the playtest streams, is got his dice where I can't see it, so we're gonna try to keep track of his life total by ourselves. He's at 15. The pressure is already on, but miss land drop has to feel good for John to some degree if Robert keeps missing land drops. However, what we just saw is the land gets picked up from the top, and now Robert's spells become a lot more active. He's at 14, Rift Bolt. Okay, yeah, you're right. He did fetch. Now down to 12. This is just going to be... I haven't even had time to update the other players sitting down. This is how quick this match is probably going to be. Especially until we get the sideboard. Skewer, being another bolt, gets reduced by the damage done from the Goblin Guide. Land drop. Spike. Down to 6. And next turn, John is dead. He has no way to gain life. And based on the hand that he has, there is 0 chance he survives. Is Ren play. I would like, not that it matters to burn too much. I would like no more information from John's side to be revealed of like maybe some things that you might be playing. Land, pass. He's like, if you kill me, you kill me. So, combat, there's a swing, check. Land goes John's hand down to 4. And we're just going to spike and bolt. So, Robert picks up game 1. Just checking here. It looks like they're getting their starting hands, so we will hop back on over here to this match. John's starting at 4 life. Not great for him. Does have expressive iterations, has a lot more cards that he can actually cast this game. Hello, life totals. Please go back. Alright, there we go. Alright. Monastery Swift Spear, if you are unaware, has been errated to say that it enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. It never enters straight up and then declared as an attacker. It just enters combat phase immediately. So John down to 18. Twiddle and Lotus Field. Oh yeah, that's Jet. Even better. Are you winning by going into the dungeon? Is that how you're winning? Or are you doing it with... I mean, I guess you're probably not doing that. That's just probably the worst version. It's kind of cool to say I'm going to venture into a dungeon until I kill you. But, yeah. Yeah, you're winning with Grape Shot. Probably like one in the main... Are you playing Wish? Those decks are exciting when they play Wish to me. They have like potentially a Grape Shot in the main, Grape Shot in the side. Along with that, Ooze that makes a copy of itself for Storm and then gets counters every time. 4 Wishes in the main, Grape Shot in the side. Yeah. Grazer. This is Blocks Diamond. It is a ramp spell that gets to block. So, very nice. Robert down to 19. Or 17. Shocker, I know. Burns burning people, including themselves. Removal coming underway. I looked away for a second and Blockside Diamond had died. But my understanding is he took 5 that turn. Bolted Grazer out of the way and then skewered him after 1 prowess trigger on the Swiss Sphere. So I have John at 13. I think that's right. Oh, Landon tapped. John does have a Solitude in hand, but he also has the best win condition in hand in terms of Omnath in this matchup. Except it was the win condition. Robert being able to shut off any life gain when need be. And I would assume if John wants to, oh, I always do that. John wants to, he'd want to do it in response. Oh yeah, so I missed. Yeah, you're right. That would be playing too optimally. You know what I'm saying, chat? So you won with John Shadow. Let's go, my hero. Were you playing Soul or not, Thunder? I need to know. John to me has been missing a card like Soul Windgrace, a like value card to kind of play alongside like your lilies and stuff. And that one's just been so good. The like 2 mana ability to discard a land and then play it whenever you play the Soul Wing, like attack with the Soul Windgrace. Um, no Soul, man. I was a little excited, but no Lily either. Just straight up chat like John Shadow. What was John for? Why were you not on Grixis? It's not Boomer John. That yeah, like I know you said chat. I just didn't know if they would play that card as like a backup win condition, maybe, because it's just been kind of like in a very hype, like it's had a lot of hype around it. Oh yeah, go ahead. John's at some life total. He's taking 1 every upkeep from the Roiling Vortex, and I looked away to fix something, as one has to a lot. Leyline Binding becoming very cool when it comes to interacting with an Eidolon, because it doesn't trigger the Eidolon where you have to like overpay for a prismatic ending to not get it to trigger, where here you get to just Leyline Binding. It goes on the stack as a 6 mana spell, comes in, Eidolon doesn't do anything. Hard Cast Fury. That's another spell you can cast. It does not take 2 damage to cast. My burn scientist in the chat, if you could tell me what John's life total's at, I'd be glad to know it. Maybe he's dead. I don't know. I can't tell. But he's. God, is it gonna work if I do that? Nah. I don't know where he's at. It's in the singleton digits though. And based on that being, I have no idea. I have no idea where he's at. Now, is he at 1? Alright, cool. Then we're gonna have to sign you on. He's not at 1 anymore. He's up to 5 now, if that's where he was. But you're gonna hit for 6. Put Robert all the way down to 9. Upkeep, we're gonna get a fetch. We're gonna gain 3 more. But John Nathington coming in, being the hero against Burn that John needed. That's one. It's one of the incredibly high sides of getting to play a Grazer. What kind of sleeves is John using? He is using, I believe, pink diamond dragon shield sleeves. I believe those are the exact ones he's using. I believe. Yeah. John Nathington, the hero that John needed against Burn. So, it is going to go to a game 3. Alright. Looks like they are resolving their mulligans, deciding what they're going to keep, getting the game started off for Robert. Goblin Guide. 1 mana haste or putting a land in John's hand. A decent land too to get the domain count up, making Leyline Binding a lot more possible on turn 2. But it's probably going to be a fetch. I don't know if he really wants to shock, but I do think he has a prismatic ending which equals out the damage of shocking anyway. One of the weird things that you have to think about when people get afraid to shock against Burn. It's, well, if you don't shock here anyway, you're gonna take the damage, but maybe not. I thought he had prismatic ending in hand. I do not believe he does. Growth, draw. He did have a prismatic ending in hand. You have too many cards in hand? What happened? Hello? Am I tripping, chat? Or did he just put a land in hand and that's why he has too many cards? Because that would make sense. Because of the guides. Dude, I have no idea. Does he have 8 cards? I was pretty sure he did, but was it from the Goblin Guy? Because the Goblin Guy put the 8th card in the hand. No land from gods? Hello? Oh. I don't know what to do. I'm not a judge. I'm gonna go check. Okay. Alright, team. The only thing I could do, like, I I'm not a judge, man. I can't wheel it back. So I just made a discard. But what happened? I know how we got there. Basically, the turn 1, John kept 7. And then Robert swung and he put a land in his hand from the Goblin Guide. So he was at 8. And then he drew for turn, played land, played Abundant Growth. So in his mind, I think he thought he went to 7 because he played 2 cards. But then Abundant Growth replaced itself. He just drew a card and was like, uh-huh. And then just didn't realize he'd been looking at 8 cards. And then when Goblin Guide swung again, he's like, oh, if I'm looking at 8, one of the Goblin Guides probably just put a land in my hand because that happened in round 1. I have no clue. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. But other than that, I wouldn't know what to do. So, as the person, I guess, operating. Why is my? I'm so sorry, chat. The timer has been up this whole time. I just been on the wrong thing. But person running an event is technically treated as judge, so I just made him discard. It was too late at the time I went out there to do anything, and like, it's an FNM, man. Like, Robert wasn't even upset about it. He goes, "Yeah, no, that I understand that happens," and he just like, we just made him discard, go to 7. Like, it's literally fine. Especially when it comes to like discarding the hand size. Like, you want to discard the worst one anyway. So it's not like it was going to make too big of a difference. Now, if we would have pitched to like a solitude, maybe you're talking something different. But nothing like that happened. So it is like to some degree, but this is kind of the situation we were talking about. That's why like making him discard before we got to this point was important. Life totals are not correct. I forgot to check John's while I was out there, but by the time I walked back in here, he's been bolted twice, or not bolted twice, but attacked twice or something. So I'm not sure what his life total's at. I've been incredibly reliant on somebody else in chat, but it doesn't seem like it matters.